Where's the dog?
Woo! Hi guys! Went live without a technical glitch. I'm gonna wait a few minutes for you all to get here before I give you my fabulous introduction to myself. But it is 6:30. Hey! Hi! Welcome everyone! We're gonna give you a few minutes to get everyone involved. Whoop, whoop. I've got my trusty fire on in the background. It's so toasty in here. Great turnout. Hi guys. I know it's a great fire. Hey Angela. What's up guys? This is the very first Yoga for Skaters, Playtone edition. I'm so happy to see you all. I'm so happy to welcome you guys all into the space. I made it nice and cozy for you. Will be a slight departure. We're gonna go a little slower today. We're gonna slow it right down. What's up, guys? So I'm gonna be over here. I'm gonna try and come back and check on you, but because as you know, this is live, it's kind of hard for me to see what you're doing, but you are always welcome to ask any questions here. Anything I miss, we'll be able to come back to after the fact. This video will also be recorded and it will live amongst the wonderful Playtone classes that are in the IGTV catalog. And I'm actually gonna pin in the comments the playlist that we're gonna be using today. So if you can't hear something, you are welcome to play it at the same time that I play it. So I'm just gonna pin it right there for you. And I'm gonna give you the 1, 2, 3 count off to when you can start it. So if you can't hear it, you can play it in your own space. You are welcome to grab a pillow or a blanket and just have it nearby. And if you need to like take a rest or deepen the poses, you can use that pillow, okay? So we're gonna go ahead, like I'm talking fast, trying to make sure I can cram as much in the 45 minutes that we have. But Joy does the cute shorts. Yes, I do the cute shorts that she wears. So I'm Joy. Let me introduce myself. I'm Joy. I'm the founder of the wellness wonderland called Hoop Hustle Flow. And we created Skater Booty. Skater Booty did these roller skater t-shirts and all the wonderful little booty shorts that Tanuka makes look amazing. And we'll pop some more information about that in there later. But for now, I am definitely doing well in this time. For now, we're gonna go ahead and get started. We will start with breath work just to ease you down. And then we're gonna take it all into the hips, all into the quads, all into the hamstrings, some low back. So please, if anything feels too difficult, if anything feels too stressful, back off. Yeah, take it nice and slow. This yoga is gonna be much more about release and restore rather than a hardcore vinyasa flow. Okay, so this is really about reparation. So I'm gonna take myself over to the mat. We're gonna start with a little bit of breath work. And for breath work, we take 4 seconds to inhale, hold it for 2 seconds, and then 4 seconds to exhale, okay? I'm gonna count you off once I sit down, but that's the general practice. I'll be back. All right, my trusty assistant Slobo is gonna start the music for us, but we're gonna do the countdown on 3, 2, 1. Good job. So if you have the music on, hopefully you have it on your side. If you can't hear it, as I said, turn it on your end. This is more about the movements rather than the music. You can turn it up slightly. And if you can't ever hear me, just wave your hand or give me some kind of sign like that, and I'll come and check in between the postures. Okay, so let's go ahead. If you're on your mat, sit down in the center of it. I've got my trusty blanket here. Just gonna put it to the side. I want you to lay all the way back down onto your back. If you have a wide gap between your bottom and your low back, you're gonna engage to push down against the floor. So we're gonna lay down flat. We're gonna try and take a moment, put the right hand on the heart, put the left hand on the belly, and you're just gonna take a deep inhale. Your feet are splaying out by the sides, you're nice and relaxed. And then exhale. As you exhale, all the oxygen should be releasing from your body. And inhale again. Puff up the belly, puff up the chest. Feel yourself up. And exhale. As you exhale, tuck that backbone down to the floor. Squeeze your glutes. Push all the air out. Curl your toes if you need to. And then do 2 more in your own time. Inhale. You can keep the hands on the breastplate, on the belly, or just drop them to your side. Last one. Nice. Wiggle your toes. Drop your hands to the side. Palms are facing down. Wiggle your fingers. We're just going to relax a little bit. Just find yourself on the mat. Find your space. Maybe you rotate at the ankles, so flex the toes in towards the body and then roll them out clockwise from each other. Well, the right's going clockwise, left's going counterclockwise. Nice. Make sure all your movements are intentional. Close your eyes. See how it feels in the body. Really deep in the stretch, so when you bring those toes towards the head, really bring them towards the head. Lift the heels off the floor. And then out and around. When you bring them away, when you point the toes away from the body, really point the toes. Flex through the quads, engage through the knees. And one more time, we're gonna bring them around. Bring your arms into it now. We're bending at the elbow. I'm just making counterclockwise and clockwise circles. Elbows really come up by the shoulders as I bend and release. See how that feels. See if when you bring the hands down towards the feet, if you can really pull the shoulders away from the ears, stretching through the neck. And one more time. Nice. Go ahead and walk. I lost you for a minute and I'm back. Not sure exactly where you left off, but I'm gonna go back to the mat. Are you watching it on yours? We're gonna keep an eye on you. One last time, we were here. We were rolling the feet. Hopefully you got that bit. Slobo's gonna keep his eyes on the phone. Yes. Hopefully you got this bit here. And then we brought our knees up to our bum. We had the hands on the belly and we were tucking the tail back towards the knees. And then releasing. Again, tucking the tail back towards the knees, separating the space between the back and the floor. Engage and release. I see some comments there. What's going on? And engage and release. Let's check one more time what you guys are saying here. Are you still with me? Okay, good. I think we're okay. So now, we're gonna go ahead, keep those feet, the heels, connected close to the bum where your fingertips can touch them, and we're just gonna squeeze the glutes and we're gonna lift up. And we're gonna drop back down. One more time, we're gonna squeeze up. I'm looking at you, making sure I still stay on here. It's always a technical difficulty, but yoga keeps us calm. One more time. This time we're gonna open through the knees. Keep the hips up high. And then back into the knees. And open. You really are squeezing through the glutes while you do this. You're engaging through the piriformis, the glutes minimal, the glutes max. Yes, you might feel a little bit of a burn in the low back. And open and close. That's all we're doing here. Open and close. Go ahead, drop down. We're gonna roll from the top of the spine down to the low back. And we're gonna bring our knees into our chest. Take your palms of your hands on your knees. You are looking straight up. I'm looking at you. Point your toes. Flex your toes. Really try to push your low back down into the mat as you point and flex the toes. Very nice. Now we're just gonna go around, just a nice little back massage, just round, left, right. So I'm bringing the knees in and away. So into the chest and the belly, I'm sucking my belly button to back, and then over to the left and out, and then back into the belly, and over to the right and out, and back into the belly. This time we're gonna stay in the middle, and we're actually going to keep our leg, extend our legs straight out. Looks like I'm going off again. Slow it down.
Just keep on.
And back. Talking to my trusty assistant to make sure I keep you guys. And back. So I'm literally bringing the knees into the chest and then extending. Power save. And I'm back. So heels are flexed and point. And flexed and point. We're gonna take our legs out wide, nice stretch. See if you can bring the heels of the foot closer towards your face, so you're doing a slight turnout. And then back in, and bend at the knees. We're gonna take this into a child's pose, but first, take the elbows, put them on the inside of the thighs, push your knees nice and wide, toes are pointed, and then flex the feet, heels up to the ceiling. Grab on the inside of the foot. Now here, you wanna make sure that the low back is still pressed into the mat, your belly button pulling back to the spine, you're looking straight up at the sky, and then you're using your wrist to just pull a little bit down. Trying to bring those knees to the side of the body. Don't let your bum lift off the mat. So it's not important to have your knees completely down. What's more important is to keep the back completely flat on the mat. And from there, you want to try and bring the knees down. We're going to take a couple breaths here just to ease into it. Maybe turn your head left and right. And then we're going to extend the right leg out. Nice and slow, guys. Nice and slow. And bring the right leg in. Let's take the left leg out. One leg may go further than the other. That's absolutely fine, absolutely normal. And then bring them back in. See if you can extend them both out. You may need to let go of the foot and grab on the inside of the leg. Not all of us can be as flexible as Tanuke. But your flexibility is great. Everything you've got is great. Focus on what you can do and do it well. Keep that butt down on the floor. Nice. You can feel this on the adductors, right inside the groin area. Maybe put your hands on the backs of the knees. See if you can push it a little bit deeper. Keep rolling that tailbone down onto the mat, belly to back. And then bend again. Bring your knees together. We're just gonna tap it out. So your knees are in this nice little, looks like a chair, like you're a laying down chair. And we're just gonna tap the toes. Now here, the most important part of this is to keep the core engaged, the back flat on the mat, and then you're just gonna do a few taps here. Just the tip of the toe. If you get a cramp in your toe, that's okay. Probably need magnesium, or you're dehydrated. Do a couple of these here. We're just warming up the mobility through the hips before we take it into deeper stretches, yeah? It's really important to make sure that you're always a bit more, flex the feet, extend them up. That you're a bit more warm before you start doing big stretches. We're gonna go ahead now, and we're gonna extend everything out away from the body. You're gonna bend at the knees, but keep them open, so you're doing a butterfly. So my knees are open away from each other. The heels of my feet are coming together, but they're on the floor, and I'm making this diamond shape. You should feel activation right in the crack between your butt cheek and your top of your hamstring, okay? That's an area that's used a lot. There's 6 muscles in there. I'll send you information about that later. What we want to do, pull your feet towards your butt. Keep them on the floor. Extend them back out. And straighten. Point the toes. Now back and flex. You're going to bring the heels of the feet together. And then you're gonna slide them back towards your butt. Keeping core engaged, keeping the back on the floor. Squeeze through the glutes and then extend the feet out again. We're gonna do this one more time. Point the toes so you're just flat, heels on the floor. And then you're gonna lay the sides, the razor side of the foot on the floor. Bring the heels together and then slide towards your body. You should be feeling this here, right in the hip flexor, right where the great trochanter starts to go into the ball socket. Let's do one more time for good measure. Oh yes, very nice. And then extend, point the toes, bring the feet into the chest, the knees into the chest. We're gonna go ahead, drop the right foot down, take the left foot over the right knee. We're gonna thread the needle here. Just stick your hands through. This is a supine pigeon. So you're just gonna grab the back of your knee, or you can actually put the foot down on the floor if that's too much of a stretch. Put your right hand on the left foot and the left hand on the left knee, and just open out. Keep the hips on the floor. Hi everyone that's joining. I can see you lighting it up over there. And then if you have a little bit more space, lift the right foot off the floor, grab the right knee with the right hand, and go ahead and pull closer to the chest. So your left hand is on your left knee, your right hand is on your right knee, and you are pulling both legs towards the chest. Deep belly breath. Difficulties on the
I'll lift it up because of the text. I can't see.
Because of the poor internet feed. So hopefully you can see me now. And I'm back. One last time. We're on the knees. We're here. We've got the right foot over the left knee. And we're bringing it in. The right hand's on the right knee. Left hand's on the left foot. You're here. You can also take the hands in between the feet and the thigh. And you can pull the left knee all the way to the chest. If you've got the space, you can continue to push the right knee out. Yeah, you should feel that in the hamstrings going into the glutes. Nice. And then we're going to extend out and down. We're going to rock ourselves up and forward. So you have the ability to either rock like this to come up, or you can just sit up, whatever feels fancy for you. And we're just going to do a little tap here. And then we're going to bring our legs round. You're in now tabletop position. Give your hips a little wiggle. They should be nice and loose from that little bit of mobility exercise there. You're gonna push the palms of your hands into the mat. So you're not dropping down here. You're really engaged through the arms. Fingertips are pushing down into the mat. Your chin is tucked. You're lifted up through the back of the neck. And then we're gonna do our little cat-cows. But instead of a cat-cow that's just in one position, we're actually gonna rock through the cat-cow. Really extending vertebrae to vertebrae. So as we lean back, elbows drop, tailbone is up. Then as you drop the tailbone, really want you to roll through each vertebrae before you bring it forward. So you see how I'm articulating through each part. Really pushing back. And then when I get back, that's when I start to roll through the tail first, then through the middle back, then through the shoulders, and then pressing forward. This is going to give you the most extension, the most mobility and range. Yes, you should feel that. You should feel it in the shoulder girdle, the low back, the hips. Keep the elbows, so when you lean back, keep the elbows close to the body. They're not turned out, they're close in here. One more. And we're going to take it around to the left, just a little bit on the sides. And then the right. All the ranges, all the moves, the disco moves, gotta have them hips loose. All right, tuck your toes, just lean back. Do one more for good measure. Oh yeah. And then we're gonna do it thread the needle. So you're gonna take your left hand, lift it up, and take it through, dive it right through. You're gonna drop the left shoulder onto the mat, left ear onto the mat, and you're actually going to stretch through the upper back. You can keep the right hand next to your face or put it up above, and then keep bringing that right hip back away towards the left side. This is going to give you the most stretch through the top of the back. Deep breaths. Nice. Now take that right hand, bring it back to your face. Lift that arm out, release straight, and then bring down onto the mat. Check in with your neck. We're gonna do it on the right side. Right arm up to sky, and then dive right through, dropping the right shoulder and right ear onto the mat. You can keep that left hand in front of the face, or for a deeper stretch, you're gonna take it up above your head. Now you see how the left hip automatically wants to come over this side? You wanna push it right back. That's when it give you the most stretch through the shoulder girdle. Deep belly breaths. Try to keep that belly button to back. One more breath here. Okay, that was 2. It just feels really good. And then bring that hand back to face. And then you're going to lift it up, take it out, and then drop it back down. Again, check in with your body. Feels pretty good to me. Feel pretty good to you? Give it a little wiggle. We're going to sit back on our heels. We're going to work through the quads now. So let me move a little bit more forward. You're going to sit back onto your heels, slightly wide V, but your buttocks is actually on the heels. And what you want to do, roll the shoulders backwards, slowly going to tuck the tailbone under. We're just going to lean on back. Lean back, lean back. You know what I'm talking about. A little bit further. Now you can stay here. Put the arms up. You should feel a nice stretch to the front quad. I'm really using my pubic bone to lift up out of the hip girdle and put the stress on the front of the thighs. So really it's like your knees are wide in a V, but you're pulling them towards each other. That's what's going to protect the low back. You're lifting up through the pelvis. Control. Look straight forward. Chin is tucked. See if you can go a little bit further back. A little bit further back. You know, you guys got this. I can see you. You can take your elbows, drop them down behind you. Don't relax into this pose. So you could stay here like this. It looks cute. Well, I'm sure it does. But what you want to do is really engage. So these hips need to be coming up away from the feet. That's what's going to give you the stretch through the quads. Strongest muscle in the body, guys. Well, for women, for sure. Connecting for your iliopsoas, connection for the lower back control, glute control, all through the body here. Deep breaths. And then drop those hips. Come forward. We're going to take it to a very wide child. So take your knees even wider. Sit your butt cheeks in between your feet. So you may need to spread the feet out slightly. So you're sitting down on the mat. And then you're going to walk your hands out, rolling out through the front of body until you're flush on the mat. You can keep your chin on the mat. That's going to give you more pressure through the hips. Or you can drop your forehead onto the mat. Give yourself a nice wiggle left and right. See if you can keep pulling your fingertips away from your buttocks. I'm just going to check on you guys. Stay in that position for a few more minutes. Yes, I am. No, it's different. It's a different phone, but thank you. Think everybody's good. We're going to take this for one more breath. And then we're going to roll up. Check your neck. Roll straight round. So now we're just doing head rolls all round, left and right. Just checking in here. Nice. Walk your hands out in front of you again. This time you're going to tuck your toes, lift your tail up, and you're going to take it into a downward dog. Most important thing for a downward dog, try bending the knees first. Push the belly to the knees so your buttocks is straight up in the sky. Heels are off the floor. Elbows are pushed in towards each other. Your eyes are looking through your feet, and then straighten the legs. And then pedal the feet left and right. Really bend through the knee so you can get a nice side stretch. And then when you're ready, drop the heels. We're going to bring the left knee into chest and extend it straight up above into a three-legged dog. Try to keep the hips square. Bend at the knee, and then open out at the hip. So now we're in preparation for a wild thing, but we're not actually going over. Just opening up through the thighs, opening up through the hips. Keep looking back, drishti at toes. Pushing deeply into the hands. No collapsing, no shoulder earrings. And then come up onto the tiptoes of the right foot. Bend the left knee down and then extend it straight back to the mat. So now you're back in your downward dog with the heels lifted off the floor, belly button to back. Drop the heels again. Now you're gonna bring the right leg to the chest and then you're gonna extend it straight up behind you, straight squared hips. Stay here for a moment, really pushing into your hands. Don't fall into the mat. Be strong through the hands. And then bend at the knee. And then open out to the left. Deep belly breaths. And then you want to rise up onto the toes of the left foot. Bend that right knee back down. And then straighten the leg, putting the toes onto the mat. Drop the heels, walk your hands back towards your feet, and we're just in a forward fold. Wiggle your shoulders, pedal your feet. You may find that you can't fold fully over. If that's the case, you can bend the knees slightly, rest the belly onto the thighs, and then just drop down into it. This is a gravity position. Whew. Nice sway. And from here, we're just gonna sit our buttocks back down. So you're now in a yogi squat. Bring your hands into prayer. I'm gonna face you. Bring your hands into prayer and put them on your chest. And then you're gonna push the elbows out to the side of the knees and open up between the legs.
Half an hour.
Nice. Go ahead and bend the right knee and right shoulder forward, and then the left. Just opening up through the back. Try to sit up straight and through the middle. And then you're gonna release your hands, drop them onto the mat. Lift up onto your toes, might look better from the side. Lift up onto your toes and then drop them back down. So really just getting comfortable with the weight bearing on the toes. So we do a lot of roller skating that requires gripping the inside of the boot with your toes. Your feet get a lot of workout on the ball and the bridge of the foot. So really just taking a minute to have a bit of mobility check on the toes is important. Squeeze the glutes, squeeze the quads as you lift up and down on the toes. Then stay up this time. Make sure both hands are inside the knees. And you're just gonna lean the weight of your thighs onto the backs of the arms. It's a variation on crow. It's like a flying frog, we wanna call it. Just made that up. But what you're doing is opening up through the groin, engaging the hands. Now, if you really want to take it a step further, don't have a lot of time to show you variations, but you can actually lift your tail up a little bit higher and you can toe tap. This actually works the core and also the quads. So you're just toe tapping here. And if you have the space, you can squeeze your knees into the backs of the arms and just keep leaning forward, looking at your mat until you can lift the feet off the mat. But one at a time is fine as well. Give it a go for a moment. And when you've tried your variation, just come back to seated on your heels. Pop your hands back down, knees on mat. We're gonna walk our feet backwards into a plank. So you're fully in the mat. You're extended full length of the mat. Your butt cheeks are clenched. Your belly button's to back. Your chin is pulled back. Your hands are pushing into the mat. Your knees are turning out. You're probably shaking. Keep breathing. And then drop your knees, untuck your toes. We're gonna do a little vinyasa down here. You're gonna go straight down, chest, chin, and then lift up. You can stay here. Elbows need to stay close to the back, to the sides. Or you can lift up into an up dog. This requires a lot more hip mobility, but staying here is exactly fine. Just don't push up. What you want to make sure you're doing is pushing into the mat, pulling the belly button to the back, and the knees. Everything is engaged. That's how you protect the back. And then we're going to tuck the toes. We're going to push back into a downward dog. And then we're going to bring the right knee to our chest and pop it down on the mat. So right foot by left hand, and right knee by right hand, setting up for pigeon. I can see you. I think you're doing it. What you want to do here, the most important, is to keep the hips squared. So left hip is always pushing forward. Right hip is pushing back. This is how you keep them in line. You want to keep the full weight of the left leg on the mat. And you can stay here, looking straight ahead. Or you can bring up the left foot and grab that heel. This is for if you have a lot of strength in the quad. You can also keep the toe out and pull away. This is going to open you up through the chest. So just think about where you need the stretch the most. Is it in the hips and quads? Bring it closer. Is it in the actual glute? Then you keep it down low. And if it's in the front body, then you can take it to a full stretch. So you got your variations there. Whichever way you've decided to do, we're going to take it all the way down now onto the mat and give it one last intense stretch here. And rise up. You're just going to sit down on your buttocks. So you go through a wide V. And we're going to turn to the opposite side. So the left leg you're going to bring in at a diagonal. The right you're going to bring back. We're going to do a pigeon on the other side. So tuck the toes of the right foot to actually slide your body back. Untuck. Full length of the right leg on the mat. Chest is open. Engage through the glutes. So you're not dropping down. You're not kind of leaning sideways. You're actually engaging through the glutes. You're engaging through the quads. Your chest is open. And you can stay here. Or you can bend the right foot forward. You can actually stay here if you're feeling it. This is all about what you're feeling. Or you can grab that right foot with the right hand and you can bring it forward. So heel to butt cheek. I don't know why I just winked at you. Every time I say butt cheek, it makes me want to wink. You can also hold on to the foot and bring, it's like you're pulling the foot away from you, but you're pulling your hand towards your chest. So you're opening up through the front body here. This is an opposition pull. And when you're ready, you can just bring it straight down onto the mat. So we're still in pigeon, but we're relaxing down onto the mat. You can tuck the toes to try and pull yourself back to get a little bit more mobility in the hips here. Or you can stay flat and lean that right side of the body more forward. Pull the left back. It's like you're trying to bring your inside of your thigh and the outside of your left knee together. One last breath. And on the exhale, you're going to sit back onto your buttocks again, coming back through that wide V. This time we're actually going to open up through the V. Lift the fleshy parts of your bum off the floor so you're actually sitting on the sit bones, your ischium. You're going to roll back through the chest. You're going to extend your hands out in front of you, and we're going to roll forward. So I'm going to start from the low body. So first from the groin to the abs, to the belly button, to the breast, and then chin and arms. So you don't want to be curved over. Let me turn to the side so you can see me. So we're not doing this. We're doing this. If that is here, that's absolutely fine. If it's here, that's fine too. The most important thing is that you're actually engaged in the proper way. So the feet are engaged, the cheeks are on the floor firmly, belly button to back, elbows to floor if you can. Yes, I love this. It's one of my favorite stretches. It's so simple, but it's so nice. Try flexing your toes to see the difference. And then while you're here, we're gonna walk over to the right side. So let me face you. I'm here, my toes are pointed, I've rolled forward. I'm just gonna creep my little self over to the right side. So now my belly is flush, belly on thigh. And I'm extending out over the right foot. Toes are pointed. Open up the chest. See if you can open your left shoulder. Bring the right elbow on the inside of the right leg. Open through the chest. Extend the hand straight up. On the next breath, extend the hand straight over. You're still facing up. Nice side body stretch. Try to keep pushing that left butt cheek down on the mat while you extend to the right. And then we're gonna take it to flat back. So you're gonna slowly release that right hand, bring it on the outside, turn the body over, fold onto the right leg. You should be able to get a little bit deeper. Drop the head. And come back up. We're gonna walk back through the center. Guess what? You can probably go a little bit further now. I'm getting the signals. We're running out of time. We're fashionably late, it's fine. We're gonna take it to the left side. I'm always tighter on my left side, so this is the human body. Some days you're loose as a goose, and other days you're tight as a bite. I don't have anything that rhymes with that. But you're gonna go ahead, we're gonna take our belly to thigh, breast to knee, drop all the way over, first flat, and then we're slowly gonna sneak that left elbow on the inside of the left thigh. We're gonna open up through the chest while we're still extending. Raise that right arm straight up in the sky. Stay here for a moment. And when you're ready, just take it all the way over. Nice side stretch. Trying to reach that wall in opposition. Keep that right butt cheek on the floor. Super hard, I know. Breathe. You can sigh. No one's listening. Well, everyone's listening to me. So I'll be the noisy one for us all. Very nice. And when you're ready, just slink that right elbow out. Turn the flat back. One last breath, and then we're gonna walk it through the middle. And don't tell me that you can't go further than you did a minute ago, because I know you can. Don't give up. We're in the home stretch. Oh yeah, try pointing and flexing the heels and the toes. Take it nice and slow. This is your last chance. The music is building. We're coming to the crescendo. Get those hands out in front of you. Drop that forehead to the floor. And walk your hands back, slowly rolling up. I promise you, every time you do this, it gets easier. If you're on your period, if you've had a hard day, if you're stressed out, bring your heels together. That all affects how you show up on the mat. You might be tighter, you might be looser. We got the heels together, toes together. Go ahead, put your hands under your toes. Lift the shoulders up and back, roll them back, lift your chin. Feel the energy coursing through your body. I know we move slow, but you've worked up a lot of heat. Check in with yourself. Check in with your head, your neck, your shoulders. Then I want you to separate the heels. Keep the tippy toes together. You're making a little house. And then separate the heels. Push the tippy toes together while you pull the heels away. Adduction through the groin. Who's working on grapevines? They are killers for the groin. This is your friend. This move is your friend. We're gonna take it out with Gomukhasana. So I want you to extend the legs straight in front of you, hands straight in front of you, like you're reaching for me. You want to give me a hug. You want to be like, thank you, Joy. You made me feel so good today. Oh, you're welcome, girl. That's what I would say. Go ahead, forward fold. And when you come back up, we're going to cross the right leg over the left. We're going to do a little simple twist. Turn your head all the way to the back, over the shoulder. Come back to the front. Only got 2 minutes. Oh my God. You're going to drop that left leg to the back. So the heel of the left foot is coming to my right butt cheek. Now I'm going to take the heel of my right foot and I'm going to take it round to my left butt cheek. So it's almost like you're making your legs into a pretzel. You want to lift yourself up off the mat. Try to bring both knees in line with each other. Both feet are on the razor edge or the outer side. If you have the right leg on top, lift your butt cheeks up. Take your left butt cheek closer to the left side, put it down, and then slide back right. So you're opening up through the sacrum. You're pulling the low back. You're actually spreading through the low back. Sit back onto the sit bones. You should feel this already. Okay, you should feel this in the glutes. You should feel it in the low back. Sit back a little bit. Tuck your tail under, belly button to back. Really, really like sit in it. And then if you have space, you can drop your hands to the floor and roll forward. Woo, belly button on the thighs. Leaning a little bit more to the right than the left. Drop your head. Come back up. We're going to quickly do the opposite side. Extend those feet straight out. Forward fold quickly. And then we're going to take the left leg. We're going to bend it. Take over the right side. We're going to do a left turn. So get those butt cheeks out of the way so your sit bones on the floor. You're going to open up to the left, looking over the shoulder. You can keep the hand out stretched or you can drop it behind your back. And then we're going to come back to front. You're going to take that right foot. You're going to bend it. Right butt cheek. Sorry. Right heel to left butt cheek. Right heel to right butt cheek. Y'all know what I mean. So you're going to bring those knees on top of each other. So you're like a little pretzel. Left leg is on top. You're going to lift up right cheek to the left foot. Put it down and slide open. Opening through the sacrum. Get those knees really nice and tight. Get those feet really far from each other. Just sit with this. If you're tight in your side body, if you're tight in your piriformis, if you're tight in your low back, this is the one for you. You can even throw in some eagle arms, okay? If you're extra and need a bit of flavor. I'm not hating. And then go ahead, roll forward. Take your hands out in front of you. Try to keep both butt cheeks on the floor. And then come back. Shake it out. Release the legs. You can sit in easy position here. You can sit with your legs in front of you if you like. If you're feeling like that last pretzel move is too much, just shake it out. Close your eyes for just 2 seconds. I'm probably right at the end here, but I'm going to take 2 more minutes of your time. We're going to close the eyes. We're just going to cool down with a little bit of breath work. So all you need to do, roll the shoulders back, close the eyes. And this time when we exhale, you're going to exhale like the fierce ass lions you are. Okay? So you're going to go inhale, or lionesses, I should say. Inhale. Hold for 2. And then when you exhale, let me hear it. Inhale. Hold for 2. Exhale. Stick your tongue out of your mouth. Last time. Inhale. All right, guys. I don't know about you, but I'm feeling pretty good and really loose. Hopefully that loosened you up. Ooh, only 2 minutes over, so not too bad. I hope you loved it. I'm gonna check the feed. I'm gonna download it. I'm gonna check the feed and make sure that everything was recorded. If not, I will re-record for you all. I hope that you are feeling stretched out and extra flexy, getting ready for the second half of the fabulous skate tone. I will share in the in the link, I'll also share the places where you can catch any additional Hoop Hustle Flow classes. We will be having free classes all of March for Hoop Flex and Skate Flex yoga for skaters. So watch this space. I'm Hoop Hustle Flow on Instagram and Facebook. I'm Joy Dean in real life, and I got nothing but love for you guys. Have a great weekend. Oh, look.